Hey guys, it's Johan and welcome to the final free training session of the year. And today we're going to talk about how to plan and set goals for the upcoming year. And guys, if you're watching this replay on YouTube and you're wondering why I'm standing up, is yesterday I went for a big run and my legs are absolutely stuffed and I need to stand up as I've got a lot of lactic acid built up in my legs today. And thank you very much, guys, for the people on Clubhouse who have attended today. There's about 13 people who are on at the moment. You know, usually we have about 33 people per free training session. But today we're doing it on a Sunday because we want to prepare ourselves for the upcoming year. And if you're watching this on YouTube, guys, if you can like, subscribe, and share this content with some family and friends, I'll be truly appreciative. And I am going to be looking back at a notepad back and forth, because I do have some notes that I want to talk to you about today. So guys, you know, time flies, and I think that we have the capacity in terms of resources every year to achieve our desired goals. And I believe a lot of people have great goals in mind, but they don't have the right structure or planning and being able to break down their goals directly. And that's why, unfortunately, a lot of people don't achieve their goals. But for us, guys, in 2022, my wife and I, we achieved about 6 really cool goals. And number one was we were able to pay off our family home off completely, so there's no loan attached. And that was achieved between February and March this year, which is absolutely amazing. And now that we've done that, we can aggressively start investing for the next 10 years. We're going to go really hard on that too. Another thing that we achieved was 3 weeks ago, we bought a investment property in Perth, my wife and I, which is quite exciting. And we're settling on the 28th of December. So just right before the new year, which I can't wait again. So thank you very much, Scott, as well. If you watch this training episode today for buying the property on our behalf in Perth. The third thing that we achieved was my wife and I, we worked on our relationship quite a bit. We did a lot of work. You know, we saw counselor and all that kind of stuff as well. But what we did was we actually became more interested more in each other's lives. And I think what happens, guys, if any of you guys are in a relationship or married, is that you think because you're in a relationship that you can just not work on it. But like anything, guys, you've got to work on everything. So we've had a really good outcome, and we're looking forward to, you know, building our relationships more. And more importantly, we can share our wisdoms with other couples as well, so they can have a better life as well. The other thing that we did, guys, was I went to the USA mid-year, which is absolutely exciting. I got to meet my mentor, David Meltzer, who's been really massive in terms of the growth I've had in the last 2 years. So appreciate his support as well. And the last but most probably important thing that's really helped me out through the year, guys, is I've become really connected with my Christian church, and I've developed a lot of relationships, both on a personal and business level as well. And I'm not telling you guys to be a Christian or anything like that, but what I recommend, guys, is try and join up with a community. And community is one of the biggest saviors and most important things most people need in their lives, and don't take that for granted. So connect with the right like-minded people. Surround yourself with great people and positive people. And that's what we do. We just surround ourselves with great people. So that's pretty cool as well. So guys, I believe there are 2 types of goal settings that we do. And a lot of people do the one but not the other. So what I basically means is we all have these growth goals where we might say, you know, I want to increase my income from XYZ to YZ. Or I want to go to the gym more, or I want to go to a holiday, I want to save up more money. But these goals, unfortunately, are not specific. So when you're setting out some goals, be very specific. And I'm going to give you an example of some of the goals that I'm doing for next year. And then I'm also going to tell you how I've broken that down so you can understand that every goal has a metric attached to it. So it's going to be measurable. There's no point saying, I want to make $1 million a year, but you don't have a plan in place and broken down to achieve that goal, because that is called wishful thinking. And that's something that I used to do quite a bit before. But now all my goals are very specific and attainable. And pretty much, guys, What I'm working on next year is basically improving my life from last year. Because we have systems and processes in place within our life, our goals don't change. We just improve what we're trying to achieve for the following year. So just to give you an example, we bought one investment property 4 weeks ago, right? Next year, we want to buy 2 properties or 2 investment properties. But there's no point just saying 2 investment properties. My wife and I, we've had to sit down and draw an actual business plan. We've got a buyer's agent in mind that we want to use. We've got the financing semi-approved. We know what our budgets are. We know what areas we are looking at, and we know when we want to achieve these goals. So just to be even more specific, the next investment property we buy is going to be in late Jan to early February. The second property will be around that March to mid-year. So we have a specific timeline. We know what we're going to buy. We know what we're budgeted for. Now, all we got to do is make it happen. But it's a very different philosophy versus just saying, I want to buy 2 properties. That's not good enough. And usually if you say that, you're not going to get there as well. Another goal that we're going to be achieving in early January was one of my business partners and I. We have some land in Melbourne and we're in the process of selling it, but we need to wait for settlement. So we know how much we're going to sell it for. We know when it's going to happen. Now we're just waiting for that timeline to occur. So that's a very measurable goal. And that's very different to just saying, I want to sell my land, if that makes any sense. The other thing that we're going to do specifically is we have a financial goal that we want to achieve in terms of saving. Now, we have a rule of thumb in our household that we save 20% of our income as a minimum from our earned income from our jobs. And then any projects that we do on the side is we save 50% of the income. So there's no point just saying, I want to save 30 grand a year. That's just not good enough. You need to say, how am I going to achieve it? What am I going to do to achieve it? And break it down specifically. So for an example, if you want to save up $12,000 in a year, then you know to yourself that you need to save at least $1,000 per month. And if you set those goals with those specific measurements and metrics, you're most likely going to achieve that goal. And the biggest thing, guys, is you need to keep yourself accountable. A lot of people set goals, but they don't be accountable for themselves. So if you're not accountable to yourself because you don't have that skill set or that discipline, reach out to a person, get some private coaching, reach out to me. I can be your accountable partner for 2023. Next year, guys, I'm also planning on doing 2 marathons. Now, there's no point just saying, I want to do 2 marathons. I've got to be specifically knowing which types of marathons I want to do, what distances I want to run. Sorry, guys, a bit of a drive right there. And then I've also got to implement a training regime to achieve those goals. So I'm going to be running a marathon at the end of next year, which is the Mount Buller Run again. And I'm also looking at doing one in April as well. So I've got to prepare myself for that. And I'll have a plan of attack, pretty much a training regime designed in the next few weeks. The other thing that we're going to do, guys, is my wife and I, we're going to go to the Whitsundays up in Queensland for a holiday. So there's no point just saying, I want to go on a holiday. You've got to choose a location. You've got to set yourself a budget, a time frame, and how you're going to get there and what you're going to do. Because like I said, guys, unfortunately, a lot of people live in a life where they want to achieve things in life, but they're not measurable goals and they're not accountable for their goals. So guys, if you're listening to this on Clubhouse, you can ask me any question and we can try and find a solution for you if you like. And I'll give you guys a couple of seconds. And someone is typing up a question, guys. So let's just wait. Yep. All right. So the question we've got asked, I won't read out your name because, we are recording this on YouTube. So just to protect your privacy. is you want to increase your income from 50K to 70K. So that is a really cool goal because you've basically determined a metric. You haven't just said, I want to earn more money. You've said, I want to increase my income from 50,000 a year to 70. So I'd say you're already on the right track to achieving that goal because you've set yourself a pure target. So the next question you want to be asking yourself is by when? Okay, write that down and write by when you want to achieve that goal. The next thing you want to do is put something down like how you're going to get there. So are you planning to do this for your current job? Okay, so you want to try and achieve this income raise through your job. So what you should do is develop a business plan and ask how you're going to go to your manager or boss, whatever your situation is, and ask for that pay rise. Don't just go to work and say, I want a 20 grand pay rise, but do your research. Does the market you work in determine that you're actually worth 20 grand more? Is there opportunities? If not, could you get a second job? All that kind of stuff. So be very specific, but that's a very good question. And at least you have a goal in mind already with a set metric. So that's absolutely amazing as well. So guys, that's all I want to really do for this final training session of the year. We only like to do these short training sessions for about 12 to 15 minutes because the aim of this, guys, is to help everyone out. That's all it's about. So guys, I wish you nothing but the best for next year. And please stay safe, stay positive. Don't watch the news. Focus on really good things, guys. And more importantly, be the best that you can be for yourself. So guys, like I said, have a good Christmas, have a good break, take care, stay safe. And next year, guys, we're going to be doing the first training session around that 4th or 5th of January. So thank you guys for everyone. Thank you everyone on Clubhouse as well. Take care, speak soon, and have a great day. Bye.